Five mistakes to avoid in sectoral mutual fund. And some of you may be wondering, have I invested in sectoral mutual fund? So keep watching. You will know what is that sectoral mutual fund and what are the mistakes you should avoid in this video. Hi, hello. This is Ganesh Senturu, your stock market profit coach. I help your money in multiplying by investing in stock market. And this is my book, One Page Stock Market Plan, where you will be getting a template one-page stock market plan, and you can devise your plan of investing and making money in stock market. Okay, so please don't forget to subscribe my video so that you will be getting regular updates about stock market, mutual fund, insurance, each and everything about money, so that you multiply and create unlimited wealth in your life. So let's get into today's video. What is sectoral mutual fund? They are specific to certain sectors. You would have come across certain mutual fund name saying that this is a top mutual fund you would have invested, and that may be a sectoral mutual fund. For example, last 1 year, one sector which outperformed, I can say, is sectoral mutual fund, pharma sector mutual fund, and in some cases they are given more than 70%. In most of the pharma funds has been launched in the last couple of years, last 2 to 3 years, and they waited patiently, and now they are reaping the benefits of huge returns. And if you have been investing in those kind of things, and that is a sectoral mutual fund. Right. So the first mistake avoid in sectoral mutual funds is don't try to invest based on recent performance. Recent performance may be very high because of so many reasons, because of market going up, and there is a change in fund manager and all these stuff. But in the last 5 years, 3 to 5 years, if the fund has been consistently doing good, in the last 10 years, if the fund has been doing consistently good among its peers, then it's a good fund to invest. All right. So the first mistake is don't invest based on recent performance alone, and it may take a longer period to generate higher returns in sectoral mutual funds. Do you know why? Because it's specific to certain sector, and all the stock market moves based on the sector rotation happens. That is what we speak in stock market. And how it works is that at one point of time FMCG stocks will go together, and at another point of time banking stocks will go together. FMCG will come down, or it will be stagnant enough in the same place. And in that scenario, for example, the transportation logistics funds, I did that mistake. I saw the returns has been excellent for the last 5 years, and it has been around close to 30%. True, this is true in 2014-15 timeline. I thought this is a good fund, and I started investing. I started recommending to my clients, and then realized that fund has just didn't perform after that because market went down. I mean, the particular sector went down. The transportation logistics sector went down, went for correction. The fund almost stayed in the same place. Now the last 5 years returns has come down less than around 15%. Though it is good, just think of, I invested when it was around 30%. I recommended when it was around 30%. Right now it came down like anything. It can happen in banking sector. It can happen in IT sector. All these are, it's not a problem. That's how the sector fund works. Okay. And don't invest entire amount into sectoral funds alone. Don't invest in banking, IT, thematic funds like manufacturing. All these are particular themes and sectors. It will take a longer period of time for your money to multiply, and you need to wait patiently. Even if it is for long term, it will be a circle. And if it is in making money, if it is giving returns, you can invest at that time, and then you should exit when it is in high. And when it is low, please wait patiently, and it is high, better to exit if your goal is maybe next 1 to 3 years away. And I already mentioned about what are the different kind of sectors: the banking, IT, transportation, logistics, pharma fund. All these are FMCG specifically. All these are specific sectoral funds which is already available, and you can choose to invest and understand the risk factor. Risk factor is maybe for the next 2 to 3 years the fund will not perform. Don't think your fund is waste, right? Pharma didn't perform for the 4 to 5 years, from 14, 15 till 2019-20. It didn't go, but 1 year was more than enough to generate more than 70% returns. And now the last 5 years returns will be like more than double digit. So that's how these sectoral funds work. So if you are ready for this kind of returns in 5 to 7 years timeline, go for it. This is how you should invest. And finally, mostly sectors are rotational, so you need to wait patiently. As I said, 5 to 7 years. Generally, mutual funds I used to recommend like 3 to 4 years. You can see some close to double-digit returns. But when it comes to sectoral, you can see better returns, 12 to 15%, and even more if you are waiting patiently for 5 to 7 years timeline. Right? Are you clear right now? Right? Why you should invest in sectoral mutual funds, or mistakes you should avoid completely. Don't invest more than 25 to 30% in sectoral mutual funds, and only if your long-term goal is around 7 to 10 years, go for it. Or else understand how far it will take for your money to multiply, and then invest and wait patiently. Patience should be there if you are getting into this kind of funds. Sectoral mutual funds, even value funds, at times it will take a lot of time because it's not like small cap or mid cap. People would have invested, the fund manager would have invested choosing the real value fund, but real value stocks. But those real value stocks, it will take a lot of time because people, the stock market investors need to recognize those kind of stocks at times. For the stocks like ITC, which is very very stagnant for a very long time, and now any one trigger will move the stock to the next level, right? So if you are these kind of things will take a lot of time. So understand, know it, and don't with our I was ignorant at that time, and then I realized why my sectoral mutual fund was not performing. Now I just shared what are the mistakes you should avoid. Don't sell if your fund is not performing. And this happened in pharma fund to one of my client as well. She was almost investing for close to 4 years, and the fund didn't even perform. It was almost like 4% returns as she was investing by SIP for last 4 years, and she was asking, shall I sell it off, sell it off? But during the last May June, when the entire stock market was down and entire mutual fund was negative, this is the one fund which was in positive. Nippon India Pharma Fund, and almost like other related SBI Pharma Fund, all the pharma fund categories was almost like in positive zone. And she was very really happy seeing 16% returns in a span of after a long time, 16% returns all together, putting together. So this is the power of compounding, we used to say. So go for it. And if you have any doubts with respect to sectoral mutual funds, kindly post your questions. I'll be happy to answer. Thank you so much. Please share this video with your friends so that if you are, they will also know what is that, and they will learn a lot about mutual funds. Thank you.